Assalamu alaikum. I want to talk about my revert journey because this is something that I think is important for Muslims, non-Muslims, and new reverts to kind of know the journey. So when you first become Muslim and you make this decision, I mean it's a life-changing decision. It's absolutely life-changing, and Islam is a religion where it's not just becoming Muslim. I mean, it becomes your life. And really, the only thing that matters going forward is Allah, which is the Arab word for God. And so you, as a revert, and as all Muslims, you have to shift your, like all of your things that you focus on in the dunya, which is the world, that has to shift. You can't focus on those things anymore. You have to focus only on God. And that is such a process. And it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of self-forgiveness, because even though you want to change, this world, this dunya, I mean, it absolutely distracts us in every way, every day. And, one of the things that I did was, as a revert, is try to take time away to be silent, to get away from the noise, to get back and just focus on God. And when you do that, you feel this, where you want to be close and you want this connection. And so you start praying your 5 prayers every day. Some people in the beginning, they can't do 5 prayers. And some people, after a while, they still can't do 5 prayers. So start with 1. Start with Fajr. Start with practicing the discipline of waking up early in the morning. And then you build from there, The other thing that's been very helpful to me in Islam is, you're encouraged to study, and learn all the time. And that has been very valuable to me. I think that as a new revert, we get very excited and we want to do everything all at once. And that's going to really be hard. You're going to get overwhelmed and possibly burn out. So take your time and enjoy the journey. There's lots of things that change. Everything changes. The first thing, whether, especially if you're a female. Okay, so wearing the hijab. My thoughts on the hijab are that it's a journey, and it's one that comes. Some people can put on the hijab the day they become a revert and never take it off. And, I think that's amazing. And then there are other people who take their time, and it's a process. It's a complete change. I would imagine that it would be, it's just completely different for us. It's new. It's completely new. So I started with modest clothing. That was what I did first. Modest clothing, helped me a lot. And now it's just natural. And wearing the hijab, that's becoming more natural. Although it's just been a longer process for me. And, I know I'm going to get stuff in the comments, but this is my journey. So, that was a big one. And then I think learning the appreciation for the community and getting involved. You really cannot do this alone. If you try to do it alone, it's really, really hard. It's hard to stay focused. I have a couple of sisters that I have met, and they have become my closest confidants. And they hold me accountable, and they guide me, and I can talk to them about anything, and I do. We share a lot of information as far as, she's a revert too, and what is her, she's a little bit farther along than I am. So, what did she go through and how did she handle things? And, she advises me, and that's so helpful So find yourself somebody or two people or a community. Go to your local masjid, go to the mosque. And also understand that as reverts, we're not, women don't usually pray in the church or in the mosque every day the way that you do in Christianity. You always go to church. It's not like that for us. We don't, the men go to the mosque to pray 5 times a day. The women do a lot of it at home. That doesn't mean that you're alone, because I was like, I have to pray alone? And my husband said, no, like, you've got 2 billion people praying at the same time with you all over the world. It's just, it's just different for women. So, it's a blessing. So that was, something, but still, I found a mosque that was very welcoming, to reverts. And unfortunately, some are not, but, I found one or a couple actually, that are really, really great and very helpful and very welcoming and, excited to assist me in my journey. So this has been great. So again, practicing your prayers, staying connected. I'm in an Islamic studies group once a week. And now we're going to start reading the Quran in Arabic. You guys, I don't know Arabic. I mean, I know my prayers, but I don't read Arabic yet. So I'm a little bit nervous. We start that on Tuesday. But I'm excited because I connect with my sisters and they're amazing. So, those are the big things. Changing the way that you eat, changing your hygiene, like really paying attention and cleaning things in ways that you had never done before. That's another really big one. There's a million things that happen, but read and study and learn the Quran and learn your truth and learn this religion so that you know what you stand for and that nobody can question you, that you have answers. That's been the most important thing for me is to know what it is that I'm doing and what I believe in and how to not just pray, but to make dua, to really work on connecting with Allah because, your soul is starved for connection with God. And that's, one of the reasons we do prayer 5 times a day is because we want desperately to stay connected throughout the day and with our Creator. And it keeps us on the straight path. And that's the goal. I don't know. I hope this is helpful. I know I've been rambling and I apologize, but just wanted to share my journey. That's it. Alhamdulillah.